Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian.
And Jinx here.
And welcome back to Transport Fever 2 Console Edition on the PlayStation 5. So this is episode 2 of our series sponsored by Nacon.
And remember, if you're interested in purchasing the game, you can check out the link in the description below.
So since we checked out the campaign mode in the previous video, we're going to be looking at the free game in this video. However, I did want to show you guys what the campaign looks like here. So the first chapter, I've played all the way through this one, and this is quite a bit of content. This took me a while to get through. So you got this first mission. This is in the American West here in 1865. And then the second mission is in the more tropical climate of Indonesia. So these are more heavy on the tutorials, teaching you how to play the game. And this is where we started in that previous video, Highlands and Islands. So this was in Scotland. Then you got another one in Mexico. That's the fourth mission that we looked at briefly at the end of that video. And then the Trans-Siberian Railway. That's obviously in Russia. And then the Baghdad Railway. So this one was incredibly difficult. This one's in Syria. And it was a very difficult mission, quite challenging. Some of the parts were took me a little while to get through. And then you start the second chapter, which starts in 1904 and focuses on air travel. And so I had just started playing this, and as you guys can see, I have not gone any further. And then you have a third storyline that I haven't even opened up yet. There's quite a bit of gameplay here. Just the first chapter, as I said, took me quite a long time to get through. We're going to be checking out the free game mode. You see the map generating there on the right. You can pick your climate, temperate, dry, or tropical. You got your 3 different map sizes here. And then you can change the layout of the map. And then we have the number of towns and number of industries. So just how densely populated it is. And you see down at the bottom, it'll show you exactly how many towns your map will have, as well as how many industries. So this one's got 12 towns, 66 industries. You could increase the number of industries here if we wanted to.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, the map we're going to be hopping into, it has a low level of industries, but it seems like there's quite a bit of them. And then, of course, you can change, the actual terrain of the map, the hilliness, how much mainland you have. This is for the tropical setting. So you have mainland and islands. If we went to what we're going to be on today, the temperate, then we don't have that option. Instead, we just have the water option. Changes how much of the tiles are taken up by the rivers that go through the map. You also got the forest here. And then if you move to the next screen, so here you'll further customize your scenario. We have the custom settings on, so we need to turn this off. And this will allow us to select which vehicles we're going to use, those from Europe, USA, or Asia. We can select our starting year. So the latest date you can start in is 2000. Your difficulty level, how much cargo types a town might need. And this is just up to, so some towns might need 2 types of cargo, some will need 3. And you can decrease that or increase it up to 6.
You never really needy towns.
The frequency that industries will close, industry density target. And then the last one here is the custom settings. This will allow you to set up the cheats. You have sandbox mode, no cost, vehicles never expire. The advanced settings. So this will allow you to basically change up the types of vehicles and towns you have, so they can be different. So you can have like German town names with, say, American vehicles, so on and so on. The different environments can be changed in here as well. And then you can really customize your finances here, your town growth. So you could really set up whatever type of scenario you want to. We already have a scenario we're going to be hopping into. So this is a scenario that I just set up today. I didn't play very long, less than an hour. We've gone about almost 3 years in the game so far. And these are all randomly generated city names. They all seem to be American. So I did not name any of these. But I was aiming to try and make it look a little bit like the American Midwest. So very flat, temperate. Got these big old rivers going through here.
You got some hills.
Some hills, but not much.
Proudly owned. Like, I own the highest point in the county.
Now we can go and let this play. So you can see I've already spent a big chunk of our money and haven't done much with it either. Unfortunately, planes are very expensive, and I wanted to show the aircraft because we haven't shown that yet. And so we've blown 20 million of our original 50 million here, guys. Let's go and speed this up. I think we just became profitable, although it looks like we're back in the negative here. But once those planes land, it should go back in the positive. The planes earn me quite a bit. There's one of our planes there now. So we are playing in 2003, as you guys can see. So this is a more modern look. So this is the city of Montana.
Oh, that's cute. Got your little diner.
Yeah, we'll dip through here in a minute. I did want to catch this plane when it lands, so you can see what it looks like, Jinx. So there's the plane.
Oh, well, it is a cute little plane.
It is a smaller plane. I have a very small airport. There are larger airports with larger planes, but because we are limited on funds here, I really should have had the cheats turned on. And we're just transporting bread, as you can see. I'll show you guys what we have set up here in a minute. I did want to show the cockpit view.
I think he's not transporting bread. He's just flying around for fun.
That's our bread air transport heading for San Antonio Airport.
Well, the flight is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Whee!
So we can kind of pretend we're the pilot. There is no pilot, apparently.
Tomatoes.
And you can see, yeah, we're lettuce, maybe. I'd never actually looked inside the plane before. It's kind of cool.
That's not bread.
So yeah, I did want to show all that. It's a very fast form of transport. As you can see, it was going with like 120 something miles per hour. So basically, I haven't set up much here, guys. I'll show you what we got so far. So I figured I'd start with the bread, because everybody needs food, right? People have been eating bread for thousands of years.
I need all the bread.
So we have two farms here. So this is Fontana Farm. And then we have another one which seems to be far more productive. And this is Lower Fontana Farm.
Oh, well, that's rude.
Or Fontana Farm 2, I suppose. And so they just seem a lot more productive.
Yeah, those are some pretty decent sized farms there.
So we have these big old trucks. It's quite different from the horse and buggies we are used to from the previous episode. And so we got these big old trucks, and they can carry quite a bit of resources, 30. And they're not limited on what resources they can carry. So these can carry pretty much anything. I think any type of good. And so basically we have our trucks going from the farms, bringing it to the Fontana food processing plant, where they take those grains and turn it into bread. And you can see that our current transport is only at 35%. Fontana Farm could use a bit more transport. And so we've got them bringing the grain to the food processing plant, and then a truck picks up that bread once it's made, brings it over to the airport. It's put on the plane and then flown all the way to San Antonio, which needs bread. And then trucks pick it up here and then bring it into the city.
And that's why it's so expensive.
Yeah. Very expensive line here just to get bread to San Antonio. So obviously,
organic stores.
Yeah, obviously not the most efficient way for me to start here, guys. It's very expensive. But I wanted to show the planes, and I felt like it was a good fit.
And dragons. I like all the little shops and the little details.
Yeah, all little names and stuff.
And it's cool seeing like the more modern vehicles.
Yeah, driving the roads. And people love their hot dogs here.
Yeah, they do. Jeez.
Which is accurate to Texas. I'll tell you what, man. There's so many places in Texas. Yeah, we used to live in Texas.
It's
if you don't
not
know.
hot dogs though. You need your sausages and your bratwurst and all of it.
Just all of it.
All the meats.
Jynx is a Texan, if you didn't know.
I do love the bratwurst.
Yeah, every time I grill, I've gotta make some for her. So this is what the more modern cities look like. So definitely not the most efficient route for me to start with. Honestly, if I wanted to be more efficient with my bread, I should have done it over here. You can see we have 3 farms that can provide the grains for the Elk Grove food processing plants. And then they have a town right here that needs bread. So that would have been the more efficient way of doing it. But again, I just wanted to have an excuse to set up some planes. So that's why we have that there. But what we could do is just continue with the food market and really kind of double down on that and start it up over here with trucks and then try and get some food over to Richmond, which would probably be closer, I think, to Elk Grove. So yeah, we can go and start setting this up, guys.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how I would start, like, in the free play mode. It seems a little bit daunting. You're like, whose needs are most important?
But what's nice is that you don't have to, like, race to do anything. Everything's kind of at your own pace, in a sense.
Yeah, because I guess you're not managing the building of the town, so you can pick a resource or a town that you want to focus on and go from there.
You know, if you just want to get some planes set up, you can do that.
You can do whatever you want.
So we're going to try and get this as far down as we can while it's still lit up without destroying that field right there. Everything's so expensive. That's how you go blowing through your money super quick.
This is some fertile land. Them farms looking good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so yeah, we'll just set up the one for now to come over here and just get this started. And again, just set this one up over here and try and get it like as far down as we can do and still have it light up. There we go. All right, so place right there. And then let's just go in and get this route set up here. And then we'll be bringing the bread to Elk Grove. So we'll get a new line set up between these two here. And what do you want to name it?
Really long drive.
We'll just call it Elk Farms. And now we're going to need to go ahead and set up another route. Well, I guess we haven't set anything up here in the town yet, so let's go ahead and do that. So again, it's all very similar to what we did in the 19th century. So it looks like the bread is more on this side of town, isn't it?
You
the
just
bread
pull
needs
up and throw it out the vehicle.
Here's
your bread, peasants.
Maybe we put it on this side of the road here. Make sure they get bread over there. All right. So now we've got that set up. Let's go ahead and get a route going between, this one here and this one here. There we go, beautiful. And so this one will be named Elk Bread. There is no elk harmed in the making of this bread.
Sounds like it'd be pretty tasty. bread sandwiches. Elk sandwiches.
Alright, so we got that set up. And unfortunately our trucks are pretty far away, so we're probably gonna need to set up. You know, we can just get them from San Antonio. I assume all these roads connect somewhere. Maybe not.
I don't see how they'd get across the river there.
Yep, we're gonna have to make a path.
If you went like up and around.
Over here?
Yeah, and then down.
You
There's
could do
already
that.
roads there, so it'll save you in cost.
Well, I was thinking like connecting this road right here to that road right there.
Yeah, that would work too.
I think this would be the shortest distance here if we're attempting to save money. So I believe they're using the small country roads, so we use these just to kind of stick with what they currently have. And just probably shoot straight across here. Nothing fancy.
Jeez, that's expensive.
Yes.
It's probably gonna take 2 years to do.
These trucks are actually pretty quick. Much quicker than what we're used to here. So you guys can see the different options here in the modern age. We got the GM Fishbowl bus. We got the Chevrolet C60. And you see those speeds as well. Here's a much faster city bus, the New Flyer D40. And then we have our 3 different truck options. So these 2 are the ones that can transport any cargo. And this one obviously is superior, but more expensive. But that's what I've been using because I'm just throwing the money out there.
Make it rain.
And then this one here can only transport certain types of goods.
Like milk?
Looks like liquid goods.
Liquids.
Like oil and stuff like that. All right, so we're going to buy this one here. And go ahead and get them. Actually, we're going to need 2 of these. Just going to get another one bought. And then get them sent over to, what is it, Elkwood? Is that the name of the town?
I think so.
And then we want to get this one going to Elk Farms. All right, excellent.
Good luck.
So it'll take them a little while to get over here and actually start working, which means we can go and get the other routes set up as well. But yeah, what I like is that you can, again, you don't have to, it's not like you have to, stress out and try and get every single good to the towns and to the other industries that you need to.
You can just pick your favorites.
So for instance, if we want to do oil refining, we could do that here. We could turn oil into gasoline. And so yeah, we could just focus on that, being an oil tycoon.
Man, those trucks are going to be a nightmare to get stuck behind in traffic on those small country roads.
You know what we'll do is let's go ahead and start up the rails now going to Richmond. Because I think it would be best to do rails rather than, it's not that far, but it'll take trucks a while. As you can see, these trucks are taking a long time. But I probably should have just built the truck thing over there, honestly. Highly inefficient having them drive that far. But we still got to get the rails set up, so there's nowhere for all that bread to go to. All right, so we have 2 different types of rails here. We have the standard tracks and the high-speed tracks. And then these are the more modern-looking rail stations. And so we need the cargo stations. And we're going to want this one here. And what's nice about this one here, and we might want, I suppose it's fine if we connect off of this road here, why not? What's nice about these ones is that the rails go straight through. And so we can send that further down the line. And I don't think we'll be able to afford high-speed tracks. So let's just do the standard tracks.
Like, we're just simple country folk.
Yeah, it's just simple country folk here. All right, so we want it to turn right here.
I don't think you have enough money.
Probably not. What I should have done is went in with the cheats turned on. Where we don't have any
money.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we could do a terminal one here. Yeah, we could do a terminal. And yeah, just had the cheats turned on. I think that probably would have been better, so we didn't have to worry about funding. Like I said, I can just fly through some money in this game. Alright, so let's go ahead and have it go across the road there. And yeah, as you can see, this is getting insanely expensive already. When you're going pretty far, I gotta constantly look where I'm going. Alright, so we're gonna have to go across the river here, and this all just gets so expensive. Yeah, we could always go this way. And then you're only crossing one river and only one bridge. Might be cheaper that way. Yeah, you know what? We should probably do that.
Our bridge is pretty pricey.
Well, everything like that, bridges, tunnels, they're all more expensive. And also, that'll allow us to, if we wanted to set something up right here, we could. With rails a bit later. Cross like so. I'm actually surprised they let me turn like that. It doesn't look right at all. Are we still attached? I don't think trains can turn that way. Alright, so we built it here. And now we're going up. to try and get connected. Maybe we should go down now.
Like, well, they turned that fast in that Denzel Washington movie.
Which one was that?
I don't remember.
Oh, where he was the conductor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I kind of briefly remember that.
Training somebody.
Yeah, and then there was like, as there always is, a terrorist attack. Yeah, we went far too much to the left there. Okay, so that's unfortunate. So that wasn't the best way for us to do it. We could always delete it, I suppose. Yeah, I feel like we should turn quicker. We'll get some of our money back. I don't know how much of the amount you're actually getting refund. You would hope you'd get all of it, considering the fact that or at least I find myself making mistakes all the time.
Like, I just made a oopsie, that's all.
Just an oopsie.
Don't penalize me.
So we'll go this way. And then we should be able to connect here. Just barely can't. And we did it. So spent a ton of our money doing that. So we still got a lot of work to do to get this thing working. Now, again, everything I'm doing here is incredibly inefficient. This is the way I would do this if we weren't having a really short video. I'm trying to get as much as we can in here.
Because you really need some, like, focus.
Yeah.
On a big map like this.
Well, like, one thing you could do is have it so that this is automatically supplying these bread buildings. So the bread comes into the train, goes straight into here, and then already supplies these. By having the train close to this or whatever, like close enough where this will be in between them. So that'd probably be the most efficient way to do it, because then you don't even have to have a line going between them. But again, we are not operating in efficient terms here. All right, so I think we got everything on this side of things. So let's just go ahead and now set up our routes. So from here to here, that's our line 1. And then we need a new line for the train, going all the way over to here. So now we need to actually get a train and trucks on this line. And I'm not gonna, well, I guess this one's pretty close now. I was gonna say I'm not gonna send a truck really far again, but this one's really not that far. So we're gonna buy another truck and then get it placed on that new line, which I don't think we named that. I think it's line 1. So get that on line 1. And then we need to get the actual train set up. So we're going to need to place a train using our train depot. We'll just put it right here. All right, so let's go ahead and connect right here. And then get our train purchased. And we'll be able to take a look at what train options we have here. So again, you'll see at much higher speeds here. As far as which one we should get, I'm thinking probably just one of the cheaper ones, because this is getting really expensive. 1.8 million here. It's probably just one of these two. Probably that nice cheap one. We'll get that one for our bread. And then we just need something that can ship bread. So that boxcar would work. That one would work as well, but obviously that one's more expensive. Yeah, a lot of options now here in the modern age that we didn't have before.
Lexington and heard about that elk bread. They want some.
So I'm thinking we're just going to get maybe 2 boxcars, honestly. That's probably going to be plenty. These can carry so much, each one of them, that one of them would probably be fine. But we're going to do 2 boxcars. So let's go and purchase that. And now we're down to 14.5 million. So by the end of this video, we will be completely out of money. As planned. So I don't know if our trucks ever reached over here. I think they're still, there they are. So they're still on their way over here. Oh, those poor folks.
Yeah.
Stuck behind these trucks. There's not even lines on the road.
Yeah, you can't pass, and it's all curvy. So yeah.
Yeah, you're just stuck behind these trucks.
I think we've been on this road.
I feel like we have. So it's unfortunate that they do start with these roads, because you'd have to replace all these roads all across your land. But that would be one hell of a project that I would probably feel like I have to do so I can get higher speeds.
Yeah, like we gotta do it for the people.
So once you got everything set up, you just keep your eyes on everything to see if you need to make adjustments. You know, we've seen here with the Lower Fontana one that they've been stocking up on the grain a lot. So we'd probably want to assign another truck here so they could bring it to the bread factory a little bit faster. Because yeah, they could definitely be producing more, and our transport percentage is pretty low overall. So yeah, we could certainly send them another truck so they can get that going a little bit faster. So I didn't really show much here in this screen. We have our finances. Kind of briefly looked at this before. You can see us just nosediving.
Like, I'm not looking at those.
As we spend all of our money. The amount of tracks we built out. Those are our towns, our population, jobs, shopping facilities. We see how they have been doing better as the game's been going on. Here with the headquarters, so this is interesting. This is where you would rename your company. So maybe it would be Praetorian Transport. And then you can build a company HQ. And so let's say we wanted to put that where we started down here in Fontana.
Well, that's kind of a ran down little shack you got there. Does that get upgraded?
I'm not sure. You would think so.
Like as you level up, yeah, I would assume it would get nicer.
Because I've only built it in the missions.
Oh, it says it on the little sign.
Yep, Praetorian Transport. When I built it in one of the other missions, it was a lot different looking. And again, it was towards the end, and at that point I was transporting tons of stuff. I think it was in that, the Baghdad Railway one. Mm. And so that's like where they're doing the Berlin-Baghdad Railway. But yeah, my headquarters looked a lot different in that one. So I think it might be based off of your company and how much you're transporting. So maybe it looks like this because we're just a beginning company. So the final thing I wanted to look at was this customization. We looked at this a little bit in the previous episode. But you can add new street accesses if you can build it out. You kind of got to plan ahead a little bit how you want to do this. Let's say we wanted to add it there. There we go. So it can be helpful to have another entrance and exit.
Just make it smooth.
Mm-hmm. You can also extend this with new transport, new cargo areas.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And so that's more locations where the goods will be held and the trucks can go and pick it up. And then you can also add these cargo buildings here, which allow you to hold more. Getting these to place, sometimes you just gotta move it around a little bit. And then you can do the same thing with the passenger stuff. So you can do that with these. You can pretty much do it with most of the buildings and some of the options that we have with the railway. So this is where you change up your tracks. So you can change them over to the high-speed tracks. You can add another cargo platform on here if we wanted to, so it'd place it right there. And we can make this a dual platform. So it looks at something like this. And so that passengers can ride that as well. Of course, you'd obviously have to have something on the train for them to ride on. And then you can further customize these underpasses. There's also side entrances. You can do the more additional passenger buildings. And we can put these roofs on here so that our people don't get wet while they're waiting for their train.
Well, that's thoughtful.
Yeah, I'm willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars for that.
All right, so really be worried about the sun beaming down on them.
So that's what that looks like. Yeah, you can customize all your little buildings like that. So yeah, unfortunately, we do have to end the second episode here. It's a shorter video. Trying to get as much as we could get in here with our grain empire. We are now 40-something million in the hole. Probably much more than that when you count all the money that we've earned.
It's like, it's fine.
It's great. Things are doing fine. But again, this was really just jumping into things really fast. We wouldn't want to do it this way. We'd probably want to stay very local at first That's what I did anyway when I was doing free play. Is I stayed in one little area. I found an area where they could kind of meet the needs, you know, in that area, which we kind of already seen that over here. So like this outgrow place would have been a good place if we were just going to do grain. I didn't realize we had Cincinnati over here. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys on another video, and thanks for watching.